You're watching Live on Lakeside. Welcome back. And McDonald Hopkins Law Firm invites you to be a part of their upcoming Leaders in Education lunch series.
Joining us now with more is McDonald Hopkins Cleveland Managing Member, David Kall. Welcome to the show, David.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So talk about how education, I know that's a big focus in your community outreach. Is that correct?
That's correct. And it started about 3 years ago. We reached out to the Cleveland Indians and became part of their Community Partners program. And I'm not sure if you know much about that program, but with the Indians, without the Indians, there would not be baseball or softball within the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. So that was very important for us to form a relationship with the Indians so that we could reach out and be part of that community outreach effort.
That's huge.
That is.
So we're seeing some photos from that right there?
Right. So we helped do one of their Fields for the Future last year. It was a great event. We had about 30 of our staff and attorneys out there where we worked on redoing one of their fields. And it was a great opportunity to spend time with the people that really need the help, because we sometimes take for granted what we have. And it's been great to see the smiles on everyone's face once that field was done and they were able to play a game there.
It's so true.
Right.
You know, I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I feel like, you know, we all take things for granted in this world.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to sort of revisit that. Yeah. You are hosting a Leaders in Education series in just a few weeks, right?
That is correct.
What's that about?
So what happened was, when we got involved with Say Yes to Education in college now, one of the things as a firm we decided was it's so important for us to give back to the community, number one. And number two, when you look at what's going on in our community, education is a priority, because, you know, if we educate our workforce and train our workforce, it will help relieve poverty. So what we decided to do as a firm, we sat there and said, listen, how can we make a bigger difference in the community? And one of the things that we said is we're going to focus on education. And so through our relationship with Eric Gordon and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we said, how can we help? And so one of the things that we did, we created this Leaders in Education series where we're going to highlight what's going on in our community and hopefully try to make a difference one person at a time, so that we can really work on educating the workforce so that we can have a better community.
And 2020 is only going to be a bigger year for you guys.
That's correct. Yeah, it's going to be our 90th anniversary. So, you know, throughout the years, we've been giving back to this community wholeheartedly. But it's special now because in 2020, it will be our 90th anniversary as a firm. And to us, you know, that's a very significant event. So we really wanted to do something big. So with our relationship with the Cleveland Indians in connection with the Community Partners Program and our involvement with Say Yes to Education, we think that this is going to be a home run for not just McDonald Hopkins, but for the community.
Here's the thing, knowledge is power. You know, we were talking about education just a little bit ago and everything that you're doing. So those that are watching today and that just want to get involved, what would you say to them?
Sign up part of College Now and be a mentor. I did it. It takes less than 10 minutes to sign up, and you could really make a difference in someone's life. When I look back at my education, whether it was in grade school, high school, or college, I always had that one person that I could go to and say, hey, how do I deal with this situation? Whether it was, you know, I thought I failed a test, whether I, you know, just had an issue about how to get to work or something like that, you always were looking for that person to give you that advice. And it is so important for all of us to reach out and become a mentor to, you know, people that need it. 'Cause
we all do.
Right.
I mean, nobody's alone here. I just ran into a gentleman in the parking lot at Target the other day, and he was, I would say, one of my mentors, and I was at a crossroads of, you know, college and what do I do, and he gave me some really great advice, and I don't know that I'd be doing what I am if it wasn't for his advice. And
you
we
could
still
change
talk
someone's
to this
life.
day, and there you go.
Awesome.
I'm a firm believer in saying that everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
And if you're not going to sit there and be a mentor and help support people that really need it, you're really not taking your part in changing someone's life.
So awesome what you're doing.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank
and for
you.
more information, you can go to McDonaldHopkins.com.
Thanks again.
I like the
you.
Indians colors.
Yes,
Thank you.
so good.
Roll Tide.
Very, very good. Still to come, we've got your top news and weather headlines.
But first, after the break, Destination Cleveland is here to tell you about their Be a Tourist in Your Hometown weekend coming up. Stay tuned.
This segment of Live on Lakeside was sponsored by McDonald Hopkins Law Firm.